Hello. So, I'm sorry if you clicked on this video expecting there to be gameplay footage, but there is not any. Full transparency, this was my 14th attempt at a Minecraft hardcore world, and I did not think that I would get to the point that I am now at in this world. So, the first 200 days doesn't have any actual footage, but if I do continue this world, and if I continue showing you guys this world after this point, I will have like actual footage of it. Like I will record myself playing to make it more enjoyable. But for now, this is all I have. So I didn't really start like taking actual screenshots until after day 100 because like I said, 14th attempt, I had very low expectations. The only reason I took this screenshot right here was honestly because I had never seen a zombified piglin directing a strider with a warped fungus on a stick before, and I found it interesting. Day 37, I encountered an invisible spider because this game hates me, and then day 53, I encountered every spider ever because the game knows I have arachnophobia, apparently. Day 58, I made myself an enchanting table setup. Day 63, I worked on lighting up all the area around my base. Also, I have horses now. I don't remember exactly when I got those. I built a giant area for my sheep, pigs, cows, and chickens. The only bit of exploring I've done in this world was going off in that direction to find some cherry blossom trees because they are the best tree in the game and I will die on that hill. And but for the most ah for the most part, I mainly just stayed right where I was because I was scared that exploring would get me killed. Day 94, I finished construction on an iron farm, and luck- luckily, I managed to fit the entire thing inside the boundaries of a single chunk. So, if I ever want this farm to be running when I'm not near my base, all I have to do is build a chunk loader here, and yeah, I am very proud of myself for that. And then just watching the sunrise on day 100 because this was the farthest I had made it in any of my hardcore attempts so far. Then I started building a bubble elevator up to Y200 because I wanted to start work on a mob XP farm, and I got this wonderful aerial shot of my base. Then I don't know why I turned off my HUD for this, so I don't know exactly what days these were, but I finished the mob farm, decided it wasn't efficient enough, so I added two more layers to it. And then, again, don't know what day this was. I got an efficiency 5 villager for only 20 emeralds, which I locked in that trade almost immediately. Day 122, I found this Enderman in the Nether who had placed a block right where he was standing, so it looked like he was only 2 blocks tall. I found that very funny. Also, this is my Rambu Enderman texture pack because I find that funny. There is no reason other than that. Day 140, I finally found a Nether fortress, and I was very scared the entire time, but I did not leave until I had about 20 blaze. The yellow sticks that blazes drop. Oh my god, why can I not talk sometimes? Day, I don't know what. I finished upgrading my bow and I gave it a name that is a reference to one of my favorite video game series, Borderlands. Day 148, I decided my pumpkin and melon farm wasn't getting me enough emeralds from my villagers, so I added another road to it, which apparently took me 2 days to complete. And then on day 160, I spent some time leveling out this hill near my villagers because on day 100, I tamed this white cat right here, and then I started work on the complete catalog advancement. So I wanted more space for cats to spawn near my villagers, hence clearing out that hill. I was trying to get a black cat to spawn. I never got one to spawn. I had to go and find one. But then, day 161, I went to the nearby village, which only had 3 villagers in it, but 8 iron golems. I I don't know why. Then I decided I hadn't cleared out enough space, so I pushed the hill back a few more blocks. Then I went up to my mob XP farm to get this wonderful aerial shot again. And just bask in the glory of what I had created. In day 167, I threw my first Eye of Ender, and my search for the stronghold began. I didn't get any screenshots of what armor I had. All 4 pieces of my armor have protection 4, unbreaking 3, and mending on them. I was going for very basic armor. I also don't know why I brought a hoe and 25 salmon with me. I don't know what plans I had for those in the moment, but I did not use them for anything. I also brought bottles and a spyglass with me, one for the collecting Dragon's Breath advancement, and one for the looking at the Ender Dragon through a spyglass advancement, because I was not planning on resummoning the Ender Dragon anytime soon, so I wanted to get as many advancements as I could with the first fight. The night of day 167, I dug down in the water near a beach to find the stronghold, and it was a very small stronghold. I went down a hallway from where I dug into, and the portal was right there. Put all the eyes into the portal, hopped in, and my fight with the dragon began. Now, remember, this was my 14th attempt at a hardcore world. In only one other attempt had I reached the point of actually getting to the dragon, and in that fight, the dragon killed me with one of its fireballs. So, I was very salty here. I recall calling this dragon several made-up slurs during this fight. But anyways, I spent the entire fight just standing on top of a pillar shooting arrows at it while it was flying around because I did not want to get close enough to hit it with my sword, because I didn't want to die. But also, I have been playing Minecraft for nearly 12 years. I have killed the Ender Dragon plenty of times before in survival, but every time I've done that, it's been with other people. I've never done it on my own before. This was my first time in all of my years of Minecraft killing the Ender Dragon in survival mode all on my own, and I did it in hardcore mode. I am just so immensely proud of myself for this. I grabbed the egg, and then I headed through the... Is that even a word? I went through the end gateway because I wanted to go and find myself an Elytra, because, again, I did not want to come back here anytime soon. I kept getting mesmerized by the new end flash things. I don't know what these are, and I don't think I want to know what they are. Also, at one point, Endermen just stopped spawning around me, and I was just in an empty wasteland completely alone. It was a little scary. Anyways, day 169. Nice! I finally found an End City ship, and got myself an Elytra, so I could finally begin my 2,000 block journey back home. Day 171, I got this nice aerial shot of my base while I was flying around with my Elytra. And then I went to a nearby swamp and found a witch's hut, where I was finally able to find a black cat. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these cats, because normally I go for taming dogs in Minecraft. So, yeah, I just have 11 cats sitting on my base now, and I don't know where to put them. Day, I don't know what, I finished upgrading my boots, and I gave them a name, which is a reference to my favorite animated movie, Megamind. Then I decided that my mob farm wasn't efficient enough, so I added yet another spawning layer to it. And then I covered the killing platform in emerald blocks. I don't know why I did this. Yet another aerial shot of my base. Day 175, I had an invisible spider encounter again, but this time there were 2 of them, because again, this game hates me. Then while I was finally properly exploring my world, I came across a woodland mansion, which, yeah, sure, why not? I marked down the coordinates of it, and then immediately went home, because I did not want to linger here. I gave my very first set of armor some quick enchantments because I wanted to give it a nice enchanted shine, and I also put my very first pickaxe into an item frame. I also went into the nether and found myself a dried ghast, but since I can fly now and happy ghasts move way too slow for my liking, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this little guy, much like my cats. I also got myself a Silk Touch pickaxe because this entire time I've been using a Fortune pickaxe. I then went and built a giant Enderman statue to mark where my stronghold is, and I am immensely proud of how this build turned out. Good God, I got a lot of screenshots of it. I renovated the stronghold library, and I also did a little bit of renovating to the jail cell thing. Made an easy spot for me to drop down into the portal room. Got rid of the lava thing underneath the portal because I didn't want to risk burning myself. Then I went home and mounted the dragon head from the End City ship that I went to onto this little wooden pillar and put the dragon egg on top of it. I went out exploring and got myself all these resources because there are a lot of biomes near my base. So I now have every single overworld tree type. Again, don't know what I'm going to do with these. I don't have any plans for this world. I went back to the nearby swamp because there were a bunch of azalea trees, which meant a pretty big lush cave, and I got myself all 4 axolotl types that spawn naturally. I don't know if I'm ever going to try to get a blue axolotl, because getting a blue axolotl is the definition of pain. I went and named my horse Washington. If you know, you know. I then decided that I hadn't, or no, not decided, I realized I didn't have any screenshots of my mine, so I dropped down the water elevator that I had made to take these quick screenshots. I dug them 3 blocks high because I guess while I was digging these tunnels near the start of the world, I was already imagining myself with an elytra, so good work, past me. You've made my life a lot easier. Then, day 193, I went to the village near my stronghold and kidnapped 2 of the residents, and I put them into the jail cell near my portal, because what's the point of having a jail cell if it doesn't have any prisoners, you know? I went exploring the rest of the stronghold, and I found the Other Side music disc, which is the best music disc in the game. Again, I will die on that hill. I went to the end for a minute. I don't remember why. Once again, got mesmerized by an end flash. Went home to discover my iron farm wasn't working for some reason, and then it just started working again. Okay. I got the music disc you get from redirecting a ghast's fireball back at it. I listened to it in a creative world once. I hated it. I'm probably never going to listen to it again. Day 194, I nearly died because I went to the nearby mountain because I wanted to collect some emerald ore with my Silk Touch pickaxe. I found this spider spawner in the side of a mountain, and then a creeper snuck up behind me and nearly killed me. This was me just flying away in a blind panic. But then I went back after healing myself and collected every emerald ore that I could find. And I just stacked them all into this little pile. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Day 195, I decided to finally start clearing out this, hilly area at the edge of my base. I have an efficiency 5 on breaking 3 diamond shovels, so it only took me a day. The hardest part was just replacing all the torches, but then the entire area within my base was completely flat, and I was very happy. I then spent some time at the mob farm, repairing my shovel, ate golden carrots because I'm so rich. Made a copper golem to live with the villagers because I find these little guys absolutely adorable. Got attacked by phantoms, and then for the last 3 days, I decided to just start advancement hunting. Started with the bullseye advancement. I tried stacking up 30 blocks from it and just dropping arrows down onto it. That did not work out. I tried shooting arrows at it with a dispenser. That did not work out. I eventually had to go and look up a quick tutorial for how to, slightly cheat at it, which involved using an ender pearl and a rocket. Don't ask me how it works. I don't know. Then I threw the target block into the lava because I just didn't have a use for it, and I really did not like that advancement. I used some ender pearls to summon an endermite because I guess I wanted to kill an endermite. I tried getting sticky situation, but then realized there were only 2 days left, and I was not gonna get enough honey from my bees with only 1 beehive, so I gave up on that. Went and admired the copper golem for a minute. Flew by this mountain, considered replacing the water with lava just to see how that would look, but flew past it because I was looking for a pillager outpost, because I wanted to get, first of all, the old Betsy advancement of firing a crossbow, and then who's the pillager now, which is killing a pillager with a crossbow. Then I took a look at this advancement and decided, ha, fuck that, and moved on. I then decided I was going to try to go for Is It a Bird, which is looking at a parrot through a spyglass. Flew to the nearby jungle and spent the next day or so looking for a parrot. I did not find one. I spent the entire night and the entire next morning looking for a parrot. I literally just could not find one. So I decided to fly home because I didn't want the final day to be a complete waste of time. I did the hired help advancement, summoning an iron golem inside of a village, tactical fishing. Yes. Look at the size of that boy! Oh, shiny, distracting piglins with gold while they are attacking you. That was a little bit scary to get. Brewing, local brewery, brewing a potion. I decided to brew some splash potions of healing to throw at my villagers because I had hit them with my axe a couple of times on accident. On accident! I'm funny. And then I went to sleep, satisfied with everything I had done. Watched the sunrise on day 200. And that's where we're at. I don't have any plans for what I'm gonna do with the rest of my time in this world, but hopefully you guys are interested in seeing more of it. I don't really have an outro planned for this, much like I don't have anything planned for this world. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!